Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Today, I'm excited. This is our first look at Malik Nabers as a New York Giant. Again, as an LSU fan, I'm ecstatic that he's on the New York Giants. I would have loved to get Jaden Daniels, a quarterback to really come lift the franchise up. But at the end of the day, I think Malik Nabers is going to do wonders for Daniel Jones. And this is the first look. A lot of people are thinking that, now that Malik Nabers is on the Giants are going to ruin him. He's not going to be good because no one's going to be able to get him the ball. I don't think that's true. And we're just going to take a look at a couple of plays from this first preseason game and just give our take on what we're seeing. What he could have done better, what the quarterback could have done better, and then what was just, sometimes he's kind of getting bracketed. Sometimes he's getting double teamed, and it's just not a good throw to go towards Malik Nabers' way. So without any further ado, let's get straight to it. All right, so on this first play, you have them playing cover 2. So Malik Nabers is pretty much just taking this outside release here, taking it up the sideline. And he's briefly open if Drew Lock is looking to get him the ball, trying to be aggressive. I'm not going to say it was a bad decision for Lock not to go there. So let's take a look here. He's going to take this outside release at the bottom of your screen. First thing, you have a play action. So it's not like Drew Lock can drop back and just look at where Malik Nabers is. So by the time he's resetting, he's looking directly. If you're looking at Malik Nabers from where Drew Lock is, you're basically looking at the corner. You have the safety over the top. So it's going to take an Eli Manning type Super Bowl sideline throw and catch, or just a decisive, like I said, if there's no play action, he just drops back and throws it. Maybe he can fit that in there and give Malik an opportunity to try to make that safety miss. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to say, this is a horrible decision. Malik's wide open and he's not throwing it to him. So that's something I noticed here. The safety was a little slow rotating, but there's no way for Drew to know that the safety was going to be this late. I mean, he's probably, for all he's thinking, the safety is going to crash down as soon as he hits the back of his drop, which is possible. All right, so we got Malik Nabers here at the top of your screen, and he's going to just pretty much just run a comeback, just a quick hitch route. And well, not even a hitch, an actual comeback, because he's turning around and he's heading back towards this way. And this is a throw that I can criticize Drew Lock for. And again, it's not a crazy criticism, but once you add all of these plays together, then you say, he probably should have thrown it to Malik Nabers at least, 2 out of these, 6 plays I'm going to show you. But this is a play that Malik Nabers does a great job. And if this is thrown with anticipation, the type of player that he is, the strong hands that he has, I think this is a completion for a first down. So we're going to let this play. First off, check out the release here. Let's take a look at the release here. He's going to a split release, and I mean, it's just seamless. He's already outside of this corner. And this corner is, he's already outside. The corner isn't able to press him to the sideline. So if this is a go ball, it's curtains. If this go ball is, if this was a go ball and he throws it, say here, Malik Nabers is going to catch this here, and this safety has no shot. But it's not a go ball. Drew Lock is not going to throw it there. I see him looking over at Malik Nabers. So Drew, knowing what the route is, he should be ready to throw this ball to about right here. Because the cornerback is already off balance. He's in a trail technique already, trying to get back onto his hip. And this is probably a completion, again, for a first down if Lock is able to put this ball here, throw this with some anticipation. And just take a look here. So if Malik Nabers is turning around right here, the ball should be there. Like, it should be there right there. And because this throw hasn't been made, people are kind of criticizing, why didn't he throw it to him as he's rolling out? At that point, it's too late. You got the corner right there. He could jump over his shoulder. He could do a lot of things. You know, he could jump over his shoulder and swat that. That could be an interception. But if the ball was already placed here, as soon as he turns around, like with anticipation, then that's a completion. And maybe, you know, he's able to catch this, go up the middle of the field, you know, be one-on-one with this safety here, because this linebacker and the picture is a non-factor when you're dealing with somebody with Malik speed. So that's just something I noticed here. I'll let this run in real time. I know folks like to see the whole play. So again, he's going to win outside immediately. And as soon as he hits the turnaround, that ball should be there. And it's too late there for Drew Lock. So right here, you're going to have Drew Lock. He's going to be working against the cover 3. Malik Nabers lined up at the top of your screen. And essentially what they're running, they're working 3 levels of the field. Malik is kind of running a post here. You're going to have Jalen Hyatt running a deeper post that's going to go past that. That's going to clear that out, which it does clear it out. But as you'll see, you know, not enough time. I think this is Theo Johnson here. And he's going to be working sort of the shorter area, kind of intermediate area. He kind of gets a little bit more depth than that. But you guys get the point. They're working 3 levels of the field. One guy should be open. I mean, the safety has to make a decision. The linebackers have to make a decision. Well-designed play, especially against this cover 3. And just take a look here. It's kind of frustrating. We'll let this run. Malik is going to get that inside leverage he's given that inside leverage because they're in cover 3. And look at all this space. Look at all this space in the middle of the field. All the space in the open field. This ball can be thrown around this time. It can be thrown in a couple of seconds. But let's take a look here. That ball could be thrown there. And I'm sure some folks are saying, well, look at what Drew Lock is looking at. That's a very valid point. So this is a tough throw. If he wants to throw this with velocity and not with some air underneath it, because you do have the safety back there deep. Safety is back here. So you can't put a bunch of air under it because you're going to expose Malik to, at the very least, a collision. So you don't want to do that. But if the ball was thrown a tick earlier, he may be able to catch that. So the window starts to close here. And because of that, you know, now you've got a bunch of people. This is your second window here if you're able to throw that. But now Drew Lock's under pressure. Jalen Hyatt down here is heading deep. And just look at all of this space and opportunity. I mean, let's just look at all the space and opportunity right there. If Drew Lock is able to get a half a second more to be able to set his feet and throw that ball, but he's running right, and you know, we get a short play. But if Drew Lock was able to set his feet, if he's able to set his feet there and throw that to Malik Nabers, I mean, there's nothing but space and opportunity there. But because of that pressure, let's see who gave that pressure up so we can discipline them. That was Jonathan Miles. Come on, man. You can't be doing that. I was just praising I think his name is Jonathan Miles. Whatever the guy's name is. His last name is Miles. You can't give that up, man. Because if he's able to set his feet right there, Malik Nabers may be scoring on this play. All right, so on this play, this is another time where you feel like if Drew Lock had a second longer, and he's got time on these plays, but if he had just a little more time, you might see a big play from Malik. This is the drag route that Jalen Hyatt caught where he got like 1 yard on 3rd down. And first off, I just want to appreciate Malik Nabers at the line of scrimmage. He just doesn't get jammed up at the line of scrimmage. He's either too physical or he's too quick. And just how he gets this inside release, it's just so natural. He just does it effortlessly. He just does it without any difficulty. So let's just take a look at the release first. Instantly, it has that inside leverage. Has got the cornerback following him. This is Terrion Arnold, a first-round corner here. And cuts this inside here. And you got to think that the safety plays a factor there. Probably in real life. Not in real life. Probably in a space where Drew Lock buys some time or has some more time, you're going to have Malik Nabers one-on-one with this safety. And he's probably going to flatten this route out a bit to get some open space, and he can make that throw. And again, that could be another possible touchdown. But again, because he did not have enough time or wasn't decisive enough, but this was kind of a time issue because he ends up throwing a drag route. They're blitzing. He's got to make a quick decision, and Malik Nabers is by far the longest developing route. So because of that, he has to take the drag, throws a little bit behind Hyatt, and you get like 1 or 2 yards out of it, which is unacceptable. But again, in a different world where we have a little more time, where the quarterback buys some time, you may have a huge play for Malik Nabers. So he's out there doing his job. All right, so on this play, you're going to have what I believe to be an open player. Now, there's been a lot of discourse. There's been a lot of discourse on Twitter, and people saying people don't know football, and people just insulting people on both sides to just try to say that they know the truth. Listen, all I can do is trust my eyes and trust the throws that I've seen made multiple times. Malik Nabers ends up motioning out from the left side of the field to the right side of the field. He takes that inside release and is instantly open, in my opinion. Now, you can disagree. It is what it is. I think it's open. I think a decisive throw is a first down at the very least. So let's take a look here. Play action. Almost every other route was a play action. But yes, you have the safety over the top. I'm well aware. But take a look at this. Is that not open? Is that not open? Is that not open, folks? Is this not open? If Drew Lock throws this ball to this section of the field, is this Ed Reed? Is this Troy Polamalu? Is this prime Ed Reed? Because the only safety I've seen from going from a technique where he's dropping to cutting over to this part of the field, I mean, I've only seen Ed Reed do that. And this safety is a second stringer, third string safety. I just don't think he's doing that, folks. I don't think he's doing it. I think if Drew Lock throws this ball right now to somewhere around this area of the field, at the very least, you have a 50-50 ball between Malik Nabers and this safety. Now, is it wide open? No. But is it open? Absolutely. Absolutely it's open. And I just don't know what to say to make folks understand that. I understand that you have a corner underneath. You're not going to throw it directly to him. You're going to put some air under it. You're going to put it right here. It's not that far of a throw. The ball is the safety is not going to be able to come over here as quickly as Drew Lock with the supersonic arm can throw this ball about 25, 30 yards to this corner of the field. I'm thinking it either goes out of bounds because Malik Nabers isn't ready for it to go to this part of the field, or he catches it, or the safety collapses down and is able to maybe get a hand in there. But other than that, this is a completion. It's just point blank period. So let's just take a look. Of course, if it's right here, yeah, the safety's 5 yards further over. So of course that becomes a much more difficult throw and you're not throwing it there. That makes no sense. But if it's thrown again, this is something that I think Giants fans continue to misunderstand when people talk about the quarterback play. Sometimes things aren't open, but sometimes they are open if you throw them with anticipation. The ball is thrown right here because you trust your receiver. That's open. That's completely open. Now, if you wait to see the guy come open, then yes, the safety has an opportunity to come over there and break up the play. So that's just my opinion. It is what it is. At this point, if Drew Lock throws it, it's idiotic because you got two guys in the area. It makes no sense. And look at that safety behind Malik waiting for Drew Lock to try to force that in there because he's going to be, going back the other way. All right, so this right here is sort of a clear out play. In my opinion, it should be for Malik Nabers. It's an out right here. And then you got two slants right here. So pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple in my opinion. You got an out route. You got two slants. So the out route should be open, right? You got a receiver that's great at running routes. The cornerback has inside leverage. If I'm Drew Lock, I'm thinking, okay, this is a perfect time to get the ball in the hands of my playmaker, Malik Nabers. So let's take a look. What does Drew Lock do? Malik gets a little pressed here. But he's immediately off the press, and guess what? He's open. If you throw it with the anticipation, I don't want to hear if you throw it right here. Throw the ball here. Malik Nabers is going to catch this, and he's going to, at the very least, if this cornerback is an AI computer cornerback that has eyes in the back of his head, then maybe he gets hit right here. You know, maybe he turns on a dime like Superman and just hits him right here. But nonetheless, Malik Nabers should catch this ball right around here. He should have Terrion Arnold trailing and another guy over the top here. And this receiver, if we let this play out for just a half more second, you know, this receiver is carrying this corner inside anyway. So at the very least, you got Malik Nabers one-on-one with Terrion Arnold. A world of opportunity, a guy that's great after the catch, and we don't throw him the ball. So, of course, again, if Drew Lock waits until now, it's not open. But if he would have thrown it as soon as he got off of that press and he's open right here, then you may have a big play or you may have 5 yards. Who cares? It's better than what happens, which is I'm going to force it in the double coverage to Isaiah Hodgins where I'm throwing it directly to the safety. But shout out to Malik Nabers. He's going to run this guy down and he's going to get the tackle. All right, so I'm going to stop it here. This is my only film session I've ever done, I think. Maybe Jalen Hyatt, maybe. But I think this may be the only film session I've ever done on a receiver where he didn't touch the football and he wasn't targeted. That's what I'll say. I think this may be the only time I've done a film session on a receiver where they weren't even targeted, didn't catch it. So this is unique in that way. But I thought I would want to take a look at Malik Nabers and share with you all what I'm seeing. I stopped it here because this is, as open as you're going to get on an out route in the NFL. If it's laden inside, it's a pick six. If it's thrown accurately and to the outside, could be a big play. But nonetheless, I'm not worried about Malik Nabers. As you've seen, he has not really been able to be disrupted much at the line of scrimmage. Even on this play, he got pressed for a second and used that momentum against that corner and got outside. And he's not able to get disrupted at the line of scrimmage. He has the speed to get open. A couple of more ticks, and the quarterback may have been able to find him for some huge game-breaking plays. And at this point, after what we've seen in training camp, at least in this offense for now, I think it's safe to say that Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Drew Lock. And it's also safe to say that Daniel Jones is more comfortable throwing to Malik Nabers than Drew Lock is because of all the plays that we've seen in training camp. Now, hopefully Daniel Jones continues to throw the ball to him as aggressively as he is. But I think he will. I think you'll start to see Malik Nabers during the regular season be targeted anywhere from 10 to 13 times a game. I really think you'll start to see that just because he's your offense. He's your offense. The offense is going to run as far as he does. He's going to open things up for the other receivers. So you have to show the defense that you're willing to go to him. And I think that's what, kind of killed the offense at the beginning of this game is that they kind of showed a lot of respect to him as a rookie who never played in the NFL. They kind of bracketed him, and we didn't throw it to him at all. So once that happened, they were able to kind of play straight up, and Drew Lock wasn't able to have much success. But Malik Nabers, I think, is going to be just fine. I think we're going to see 2 or 3 plays where we say, whoa, that Malik Nabers will make on this upcoming Saturday, I think it is, against the Texans. And not really worried about it. So you guys let me know what you're thinking of Malik Nabers after his first game. Did this film session make you feel better? Did it make you feel worse? Let me know down in the comments. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.